If you guys don't know by now, every time I make this face, it's because I recorded the video and then it decides it doesn't want to record what I did. I just did smack talk, and of course, as I do it, at 7 in the morning. Just didn't want to record. I gotta do this again. This is my. Oh, I want to cry. I want to cry so bad. I knew this was gonna. I knew it was gonna happen. I really need a new laptop, guys. This is a whole thing. I need a new laptop. I just like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to cry on the inside. So I get to do this for like another 20 minutes and go to sleep at 8 o'clock now. So that's going to be great. And I got to go to work tomorrow. Fantastic. It's So if you guys don't know why it takes me so long to do these videos, or why I skip some videos sometimes, is because I do them and I do it late, but it takes me like a half hour to do these videos, or 25 minutes to a half hour, and then I have to redo the video. It's already late and I get tired, so I do it again. I wake up. By the time I wake up, I have to go to work, and I don't have time to do it. So this is really mostly why it takes me so long to do these videos, or why I don't really do them like that. So again, I have to. Oh, great. So Smackdown. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna give an overall Smackdown. Overall, Smackdown was great. I'm so sorry, like it has to be like this. Smackdown overall was great. I liked, from what I saw, SmackDown is the thing where the storylines are all the story. It's just a big. It seems like just one big storyline that interweaves itself. The whole thing, like the men's division has their own. The whole thing, fighting for the title, and that whole division, like the whole subdivision, has their own thing. So Edge is the Royal Rumble winner, so he wants to choose his opponent at Mania after Elimination Chamber. Roman, who's been feuding with pretty much everybody, he's been feuding with Kevin Owens. Obviously, he's been feuding with, he hasn't really been feuding with Nakamura, or not Nakamura. He's been feuding with Daniel Bryan. Cesaro, he hasn't been really feuding with Cesaro, but there was a thing that happened with since Nakamura, the thing with Nakamura happened. He's been saying that he wants to face Cesaro, or he wants to face Roman Reigns. So that's been the whole thing. Sami Zayn's been feuding with pretty much everybody who listens to him. And then Jey Uso, obviously their thing, and then King Corbin's just there. He just be there. So I like the thought that everything's just there. The feud is just like everybody's just fighting for the top prize, and they have their own little side things, like Cesaro and Bryan. They're kind of a team, but they're not really a team, because Bryan wants Cesaro to succeed, but I guess he's kind of talking for him because his mic skills aren't the best. Well, neither is Bryan's, but the storytelling is great in Cesaro. So that's a thing. Kevin Owens is feuding with pretty much everybody because he keeps giving stunners to everybody. So his thing is still with Roman Reigns. Still with Jey Uso. Him and Sammy has been feuding since 1927. So I like the little mini things that's within the context of this Universal Championship. And then to make it even better, Edge goes and he talks to not named Jey Uso or Sami Zayn, I guess, about the potential match between them. He comes out pretty much talking about the possibilities. Roman says, "Look, there is no possibilities. It's me and you, end the story." Sammy comes out. He was like, "Nah, this is a conspiracy. I wasn't even supposed to be in the match, but I put my way into into this match, and he just like kept talking. And then Jey Uso super kicked him, and then Roman said something to Roman or to Edge that nobody knows because it whispered. So I like that. I like that Edge went to everybody. He went to Cesaro. And then that's another thing. Like you have the whole Cesaro Seth Rollins thing. So you have everything about that, and then you have this leading into Seth Rollins and Cesaro, where Seth Rollins comes out and he's like, "Man, I've been building my return for months, and I come back and everybody just like straight disrespected me. Everybody came out and like left after my big speech. You know what? That's cool because I got my lawyers, my writers, and we filed a complaint against WWE. And he pretty much like scolded Cesaro for being like top guy or like the guy who left last, and just like waited and let me think that he was gonna be with me, and then he just left. So I'm gonna make his life. He pretty much said he's gonna make his life a living hell with the gangster suit that he had on. That suit was fire. So that leads into their thing that they're having. Cesaro pretty much just said, we all came out there because we respect Seth Rollins, and then we thought he was going to be the old Seth Rollins, to burn it down, where he came out with that music, and then he just came back as the same butthead, and we just wasn't respecting that. And then that's when he was like, well, I'm not worried about him. Now I'm worried about being WWE champion or Universal champion or whatever like that, which I like. I like all of that. That's good stuff. And so yeah, and then that brought in Edge, who had a conversation with him, saying that he thinks that he's great underutilized talent, and he deserves to be Universal champion. He said he would love to face him at Mania. He did the same thing with Kevin Owens. He was like, yeah, you're great, you're fantastic. That edge, you have that grit that I look for. Love to face you at WrestleMania. I don't think he was that fond of facing Baron Corbin, to be honest. Baron Corbin was like, hey, me, you, WrestleMania, it should be a thing. And then he's like, you feel that energy? That's like, no, I don't like you. And then the thing with Brian pretty much talked about the retirement thing. We both had to retire. When you came back from retirement, it pushed me to be bigger and better, and made me want to come out and come out of retirement and stuff like that. And I think it'd be a comeback story for you. And then Brian was like, if I win, it should be you versus the Planet's champion. Ed said, that'd be a dream match. And then Brian said, actually, it'll be long overdue. So that was a nice touch. So that I loved all of that. And then they have another story with Kevin Owens' conflict of not being good with tag teams. He wanted to discuss strategy with Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's like, man, Cesaro, how many tag team partners has Kevin Owens had? And he kind of didn't work. Remember the New Day? He wanted to be friends with New Day. Yeah, the Big KO or the Big O. And he turned on him. He just took him, kicked him to the curb. And then Cesaro was like, yeah, yo, you remember how many times has he tagged with Sami Zayn and then turned on him? It was like, I understand as Sami Zayn, like, we don't like Sami Zayn around these parts, but still. And then Brian goes, he's like, yeah, and there's one more big name that I just can't really remember. I can't remember this one big name. I should have made a list, which I think actually really popped Kevin Owens and Cesaro, who both actually laughed like out loud at that joke, referencing obviously Chris Jericho. With that was actually really funny, and Kevin Owens was like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm not going to attack you guys. I only attacked you two because you guys came at me, and I thought you wanted to attack me, so I hit you guys with stunners. But, it's not going to be like that. We're going to be cool. We're going to be on the same page. I really want to work this out. I really want to win this match. Elimination Chamber, though. Expect a stunner or two. 3 or 4. He walks away. He's like, 5, 6, 7, maybe an 8, 9, 10, something like that. I don't know. Um, Another good story that's going on is the Intercontinental Championship story. Big E's just fantastic. He's just great. I love that they're. I love what they're doing. Is like oftentimes WWE, in which they're doing repeatedly. My case in point that I'm about to mention, and they pointed out, WWE likes to do this thing where they have they call this a feud, where they just keep having match after match each week, and they keep doing that, and they try to find different ways to do it. They're doing it with Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle or the Hurt Business. They find different ways to have matches with the Hurt Business to go around. They've done it with Nakamura and AJ Styles when Nakamura was like turned heel after WrestleMania, and they kept doing that. Same thing with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. They keep having this thing where they like to keep having these matches for no reason, and they keep talking in like commentaries, like in WWE mind, like, well, yeah, you lost, but he keeps coming back, so when that wants you to give him like a new, give him another opportunity, and then Big E's just like, no, no, I beat him 3 times in 6 weeks. He keeps coming back, and I keep beating him. Like, he doesn't get any more chances. Like, I want to face other people back of the line. Like, bye, adios, hasta la vista. There's a whole lot, and like that's the thing. Like, there's a whole locker room. Like, in his mind, there's a whole locker room who deserve to be Intercontinental Champion or should have a shot at being Intercontinental Champion. Nakamura, who he's mentioned. Aleister Black. Where's Aleister Black? Still somewhere in the room. Buddy Murphy. Where's Buddy Murphy at? Like, Steve or Wesley Blake. Those are the names that I can. Those are like the names that I can remember right now. But those are like names that you can have, like when you have this open challenge. Like, why do you keep having Apollo Crews come out? Like, and that's his mindset. It's like, no, I've beaten you like 3 times already this week. Triple threat match, pinned you. Open challenge, beat you. Week before, beat you. Like, back of the line, out of here, leave me alone. And he kept talking about how good Nakamura is on commentary, and they keep referencing Apollo Crews. Is like, stop. Like, he's like, you guys are hard headed too. Like, stop talking about Apollo Crews. Like, it's over. Like, I beat him. Skirt. End of conversation. And they was having a match. It was a good match. Apollo threw Nakamura on Big E, and in the end, Nakamura wins. He hits like a nice arm drag roll up type of thingamajigger for the win, and then Apollo again gets mad. He attacks Nakamura. Big E was like, "Hey, relax. It's over. You need to go. Stop doing this. Drop it. It's over," and stuff like that. By the way, Big E is fantastic because he came in here with his big couch. He's eating Salisbury steak while getting his like foot massage type thing with the thing, like his feet like being soaked and massaged and stuff like that. So that was actually hilarious. But Big E wants to aid Nakamura, and then Apollo attacks Big E with the steel steps that he was going to use on Nakamura. He used on Big E instead, and then he goes inside. He's about to with the steel steps. He's going to throw it at him. The ref is like, "Hey, don't you do that. Relax. Put the steps down." He's like, "Put the steps down." He's like, "Put the steps down." He's like, "Put the steps down." He's like, "Okay, I'll put the steps down," and then just drops the steps over on Big E's foot, legs, whatever. You don't. At least you gets into the imagination what he did, and then he leaves on a stretcher, and then that's when Seth Rollins came out. Other stories. One that I'm not particularly fond of is the Riot Squad and Natalya and Tamina and Billie Kay. It's just getting dull because, again, as I just mentioned before, great. I didn't even mean to do that, and just leads into they keep making Liv and Ruby face off against Natalya and Tamina each week, except for last week. I think they did the one-on-one match with Bailey each week. But before that, like they would do like one-on-one matches with Tamina and them. They would have the tag match. They would do different ways for them, and then each week, Billie Kay comes out, tries to do all these things, do distractions, try to help, and it cost them And same thing happened here. She came out with the Natalia ear cat things, and nobody mean to Tamina shirt. She comes in there, tries to distract, do all this other stuff, and Tamina hits a big boss slam on Ruby for the win, and then she gets super kicked, and then Billie Kay gets super kicked horribly for her troubles for trying to be like, hey, yay, we did it, yay, woo! So this, I mean, I love Billie Kay, I love her to death, but this is just like it's just horrible now. Honestly, I would just love for like something at WrestleMania where, or something, I don't know, they bring in Billy or Peyton Royce. She comes back. They bring the Iconics back. They do a thing. They bring Naomi, they bring Naomi come in, and Lana, and then they do Tamina and Naomi team bad back together thing, and part of the family, part of the tribal family, and then Natty goes back with Lana. And then now you got 4 teams. Look, I just made up 4 teams right there. Now you got 4 teams on one brand, plus the tag team champions, whoever that would be. Probably not Shayna and Nia because Shayna's the best and she doesn't deserve to be tag team champions. There's 4 people on that side, and then you got whoever horsewomen type situation you want to do. But yeah, and the match wasn't even really that good. There was just one good double team move that Liv and Ruby did on Natalia with the Codebreaker slam thing. That was pretty dope. Besides that, match was horrible. I love Ding Dong Hello. I love Bailey. She's just fantastic. I love the fact that Nia and Shayna had to ring the doorbell, and they tried to come in, but they couldn't. Really weird seeing that Reginald is with them, or was speaking for Sasha Banks. I don't really understand the new infatuation with them, unless it's like a big ploy to get Sasha like lower her thing, lower her guard, like bring her guard down. So like when at the right time when he starts to trust her, boom, sabotage Carmella, something like that. But yeah, I like the segment just because I love Bailey. She's the best. She's ragging on Michael Cole every chance she gets. She says episode dos because Cole doesn't understand Spanish. It's just great. Somalia comes out saying, you guys are not good. Sasha comes out, says, hey, don't you speak for me. But nah, he right. Y'all not good. I'd beat y'all if I had Bianca. And Bianca comes out. It's like, you ain't the boss of this division. I run this. It falls around me. People, I run SmackDown. People get beat by me, or something like that. And then Somalia was like, hey, come on, man. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting them. I challenged them to 6-man tag. And then you saw Bailey was like, wait, what? She's like, you see what I'm wearing right now? And I love that they come back from commercial and she's still wearing the same thing. Like, she didn't get time to get dressed or nothing. She's like, nah, we just going to wrestle in this. Reginald has cool moves and stuff like that. Again, using creative ways not to actually hit women, which is still kind of funny because this is the second match that he's had with a female, and Xavier Woods is still trying to get his match with me and Yim. It's still not happening. Or Reckoning, sorry. Yeah, Yim's not a person. But Reginald wins in the end. She does a leg drop, my whole thing. Shayna gets taken out by Sasha and Bianca, and then Somalia does like some flippy thing, and Nia Jax catches him, double drop kick. She pins him 1, 2, 3. And then after that, hilarious, weird, nasty. This happened. Carmelo was like, "Hey, where you been?" She's like, "Yeah, wine. Gotta get the finest wine." And Carmelo's like, "Yo, I watched the TV. Like, I just saw you with them." And he was like, "Nah, it's not like that." She was like, "Not mad. You crazy? I understand. I know what it is. Like, just know your place, and I know this is an all elaborate plan, right?" He's like, "You're like, yeah, because if it's not, don't worry about it." And then she takes the drink and she drinks it, and then she goes, she's like, "Ew, what is this?" And then she throws it in his face, like, Corona's still a thing. COVID-19. You just gave my man Corona. What are you doing? Even though if this wasn't Corona, she did that to me. I was like, but still, Corona. Ew. Nasty. And, yeah. That was pretty much the show. The main event was cool. Edge was on commentary at first. Cesaro was great. He did the spinning thing. Cesaro swing on Sami Zayn. He tried to do it on Corbin. It kind of didn't really work. And they came back from commercial, and Cesaro was like, no, this is going to work. We're doing this. So he did it again, and it worked. Yeah, this was really good. I liked all of this. I liked Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. I liked that little mini thing. That was great. Jay Uso went to super kick Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is like, skirt, super kicks Jay Uso out the ring, and then he does like a cannonball on him. Paul Heyman randomly got on commentary after the commercial. Him and Edge was jaw jacking each other, going back and forth. Edge is like the king of like everything commentary or everything segments, because he himself had Paul Heyman on hush mode, and Paul Heyman is normally not on hush mode. And he also did that to Roman Reigns too. He had Roman Reigns on hush mode as well. But yeah, in the end, Daniel Bryan did this cool top rope flip armbar thing into the label lock. That was smooth. Oh, that was smooth. Even Ed saw that. He was like, "Oh, that's beautiful." And then Sami Zayn tapped out. They win. They go to. He's like, "Yes, yes." Turn around. End of days. And then he turns around. Stunner, stunner, stunner. And then from behind, exploder suplex. Cesaro comes, uppercut. And then Jey Uso super kicks him in the face. Edge comes from the commentary, spears Jey Uso. And then Roman Reigns comes, spears Edge to end the show. Good show. I really want Cesaro to win the Elimination Chamber. He's not, but what if they just did a thing after that show? Roman Reigns spears Edge. That's how you end it. Cesaro wins, starts at number 1, goes all the way. Then he goes against Roman Reigns. Another 10-15 minutes towards the end of the show. Roman Reigns is about to win. Something weird happens. Some ref distraction thing happens, and they try to do the belt thing or whatever like that. Edge comes, spears Roman Reigns, leaves, Cesaro, boom, hits him with the neutralizer. 1, 2, 3, pins Cesaro, right? Pins Cesaro. New champion. Friday on Smackdown, whatever. He's new champion. Edge comes out. Edge says, "I knew you can do it. I'm proud of you. I choose the Universal Champion." So Cesaro, Edge, WrestleMania is the whole thing. Roman comes out. That's not happening. He tries to do a thing where he tries to get his championship back. Adam Pearce is like, no. And he was like, "You know what? Okay, well, I want my automatic rematch clause." He was like, "We don't do those numbers. I want my auto." So he makes him like fight somebody if he beats him or whatever like that. Maybe he wins or whatever like that. He wins, and then he faces Cesaro at Fastlane. They have the match. Another maybe like a 25 minute banger. And then Cesaro maybe is about to win or whatever. Seth Rollins comes out and he costs Cesaro. Roman Reigns comes, guillotine, spear, whatever he does. He gets the title back. And then he was like, ha, Universal Champion. You already said it. You want to face the Universal Champion? That's me. So they have Edge versus Roman at WrestleMania. You do Cesaro versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, which, yes, please. You do like Big E versus Apollo versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Oh my God, yes. I'm just out here with great ideas. So you do that, or you could just do Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan, and that would be great just by itself. But if you don't have enough time to do that, you got 2 shows. You could do Sami's, you could do Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan, and Big E versus Apollo. F it, do it. Yeah, do that. I like that. And then throw just for whatever reason, throw if you want to throw Fatal 4-Way, throw Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy in it. F it, do it. And then maybe the thing where Buddy Murphy teams back with Wesley Blake because they need tag teams. That's not gonna happen, but that's just what I really, really, really wish would happen. It'd be a great idea. But what did you guys think of the show overall? I thought it was good. Hopefully I don't have to do this again. If I do this again, I'm not doing it again. So hopefully that it works this time. I give the show a B+. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.